Assalamu alaikum students. I welcome you all in the science class. I hope you're safe at home and enjoying the blessings of this holy month. It's 6th of May 2020 and I am your science teacher, Ms. Noreen Gul. Class, as you know that we are doing the question answers of unit number 4, matter. We will continue the question answers of the same unit, but first we revise the last week topic. Our last week topic was properties of matter. Class, as you know that there are three states of matter: solid, liquid and gas. Difference in the properties of solid, liquid and gas depends on the arrangement of the particles in solid, liquid and gas. In solid, particles are closely packed, so solids have fixed shape and fixed volume. In liquid, particles are loosely arranged, so liquids have no fixed shape, but they have fixed volume. In gas, particles are far apart from each other, so gases have no fixed shape, no fixed volume. Properties of matter. Three states of matter: solid, liquid, and gas. Solids have fixed shape, fixed volume. Liquids have no fixed shape but fixed volume. In gases, no fixed shape and no fixed volume. It was our last week topic. Now we'll move towards today's question. And what's the question? Our question for today is, how do molecules move in solid, liquid and gas? Question number 2, C part. How do molecules move in solid, liquid and gas? First, we'll understand the concept that how molecules move in solid, liquid and gases. The class, just look at this. First, we'll see how the molecules, how the particles are arranged in the solids, and that will help us to understand that how molecules and particles move in solid. Okay, we'll see movement of particles in solid. Okay, class, just look at this. Okay, if this circle represent the molecules or the particles in solid, so you will see that how particles and how you can say the molecules, in this case, how the molecules or the particles are arranged in solids. Just look at this one. Yes, now you can see that they are particles are, or the molecules, if you consider this circle as a molecules, now you can see the molecules are closely packed, particles are closely packed, there are no empty spaces between the particles. See, yes, now you can see the next particle. Every incoming particles is just fixing at the specific place. Okay. Now you can see these particles in solids, these, if we consider these particles as molecules, you can say that there are no empty spaces or very few spaces between the particles. So because of this tightly packed arrangement, movement of particles in solid is difficult. They are not free to move. It's very difficult for particles to move freely. So what kind of movement they will show? Particles in the solid, they can only move forward and backward. Particles in solids, all the particles may be atoms, they may be molecules, all the particles in solids, they can only move forward and backward. So the answer will be, how do molecules move in solid, liquid and gas? First you'll see how the molecules move in solids. Molecules in solids, molecules in solid are closely packed together. They can only vibrate backward and forward. So the molecules in solids are closely packed together. They can only vibrate backward and forward. Okay, class, now we will see how the molecules moves in liquid. How the molecules move in liquid. Okay, first we understand this. Okay, so class, you will see how the molecules move in liquid. movement of particles in liquid. Class, first we will see that how particles are arranged in liquids. That will help us to understand how particles move in liquids. Okay, so you can see this particle, this is a single particle that may be an atom or molecule in case of liquids. Okay, the other particles where it is arranged. Okay, now you can see that there are a lot of spaces between the particles. They are loosely arranged. They are close, but not as much as in the case of solids. So now you can see there are spaces, there are empty spaces between the particles. This particle can go here, can go here, can go here. Similarly, this particle is free to move in this space, in this space, in this space. Okay, so now it will help us to understand that how particles in liquids move. Okay, so the particles in liquid, they can move easily like this and slide over each other because they are having empty spaces. These particles can go like, can pass here, these particles can pass here, these particles can make the space, push these particles and go here. So they can move freely and they can slide over each other. We'll see how the particles move in. So what will be the answer for our question? So, okay, we have seen the molecules in solids, that how they move in solids. Now we'll see that how molecules move in liquids. Okay, molecules in liquid are very close to each other. They can move and slide over each other. Okay, so we'll see how molecules move in solid, liquid, and gases. Molecules in liquid are very close to each other. They can move and slide over each other. Class, in the solids, molecules were close together. They were tightly packed, so they can only vibrate backward and forward. While in molecules in liquids, they are very close to each other, but not as much close as in case of the solids, so they can move and slide over each other. We'll move how the molecules move in gases. Okay, class, now you'll see how particles or the molecules move in gases. The arrangement of the particles in the gases will help us to understand this concept. Okay, we'll see the how particles are arranged in gases. Just look at this particle. For example, if it is considered as a molecule, second comes. The second molecule is far away from the first one. Third one is here. Fourth one is here. Fifth one is here. Now you can see they are far apart from each other. There are no attractive forces. This particle is here and this particle is there. This particle can easily go here. This particle can move 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 here. So all the particles are free to move everywhere. They are free to go anywhere they want. So movement of particles in gases, these particles can easily go here, anywhere it want to go. Okay, so how the particles move in gases then? They can move about freely in all directions. They can move about freely in all directions. Okay, so we'll write our answer. So we have done molecules in solids, molecules in liquids. So you'll see how the molecules move in gases. Molecules in gas. Molecules in a gas are very far from each other. As you have seen in that slide, that they are very far from each other. They can move about freely in all directions. Molecules in a gas are very far from each other. They can move about freely in all directions. Okay, class, this was question number 3B part. Now we'll move towards the next question. Now you're able to describe that how particles can move in solid, liquid, and gases. In case of the solids, as you have seen that, okay, in case of the solids, we'll see that molecules in solids are closely packed together. they can only vibrate backward and forward. In liquids, they can move and slide over each other. In case of the gases, they can move about freely in all directions. Okay, now we'll move towards the next question. Okay, class, now our second question, the next question for today is, that is the D part of the question number 2. Draw the arrangement of particles in solid, liquid, and gas. Class, you need to do this question on the blank page of your notebook and how you will draw these particles. I show you the diagrams. Just look at the arrangement of the particles in solid. Now you need to draw the small circles. Now particles means you can draw the atoms, molecules, whatsoever, but you can take the small particles like a small circle. You need to draw the particles like close together, and there should be very less space, as you can see. And you need to draw this diagram on the blank page of your notebook. They're close together. Now you can see, and there are very few, or there are no spaces between the particles. The second one is the liquid state. In this, you need to draw these small circles at the distance, like this. There should be some empty spaces between the particles. The third one, gas. In the gas, you can see that there are the three particles and they are far apart from each other. Class, you need to attempt this question. You need to write this question on the blank page of your notebook, that draw the arrangement of particles in solid, liquid, and gas. So in the solids, you will draw the particles close together. In liquid, you will draw the particles like at the different spaces. There should be some space between the particles. And in the gas, particles should be far apart from each other. Okay, class, will move. What is our next question? And our next question is, write solid, liquid, or gas in the given spaces. Class, this question, write solid, liquid, or gas in the given spaces. This question is basically an identification question. You will be given some statements and then you will identify the state of the matter. Okay, we start. Okay, statement number 1. So it has a fixed shape. It is a solid because solids have the fixed shape. So it has a fixed shape. It is a solid. Second statement. It can move from one place to another. It's a gas. Why it's a gas? Because in gas, particles are far apart from each other and gases can move freely. So it can move from one place to another. It's a gas. See the third statement. It is hard. So it's a solid. Everything that's hard, it's a solid. Next statement. It takes the shape of the container in which it is kept. It takes the shape of the container in which it is kept. It's a liquid because liquid takes the shape of the container in which they are kept. For example, milk, when you will put the milk in the glass, it will take the shape of the glass. When you put the milk in the bottle, it will take the shape of that bottle. Okay, now the next statement. Its molecules are very close together. Its molecules are very close together. So what it is? It's a solid because in solid particles are close together. You will see our next statement now. Our next statement is, its molecules are not very close to each other and it's a liquid. Its molecules are very far apart. It's a gas because in gas the molecules are far apart from each other. Okay, what's our next statement? Our next statement is, a stone is a solid because stone is hard. It's hard and it's having a fixed shape, so it is a solid. Milk is a liquid. All the things which are having fixed volume but they do not have the fixed shape, they are called as liquids. So milk is a liquid. Air is a Gas. It is a mixture of different gases. Okay, class, it was my today's topic. Thank you very much for joining my class. Hope you enjoyed today's topic. May all your devotions answered and may you reap all the benefits of this holy month. Thank you very much. Inshallah, I'll see you tomorrow in my next class. Have a nice day.